What's up, everybody? This is Kerry. In this video, I'm going to give you my best bets for Week 13 of NFL season. Now, like I've always said, I'm going to show you my record every single week and see how we're doing. So here it is. And look at this. In Week 12, I'm going to point this out. We went 3-6. Not a good week for Week 12. 37.5%, lost 3.25 units. But overall, where are we? We're at 53-39, 57.61%, and have earned 10 units for the first 2/3 of the NFL season. So I'm very happy about the overall record and where we're at. Just like anything else, the stock market, any kind of betting market whatsoever, you're going to have increases. You're going to have some dips in those increases. And hopefully that dip will go back up. So there's no reason to get spooked by one bad week. And what percentage am I expecting to get at the end of the season? Well, we're going to talk about the trends and the percentages overall when we get into our Week 13 best bets. I'll talk about it then. Week 12 recap. So here we go. Home teams before their bye week to cover the spread. This is the first trend we talk about. And this is a very good trend, very strong trend. In Week 12, it was 1-2. So not so great there. The Giants won that game. Now the Vikings had a chance. They were up by 1 near the end of the fourth quarter, and they got the ball. And I thought, kick a field goal, we'll cover. That's great. But no, they got it back to the Bears. The Bears drove down and won the game. So unfortunately, that didn't work out for us. The trend number 2, underdogs coming off 20-plus points losses that covered the spread. Now, this is one that is a little bit uneasy to take. In fact, both of those lost last week. And this is one of those where I'm starting to think maybe this is a trend we need to reevaluate. Well, I'll talk about that again when I get my Week 13 best bets. The trend number 3, which is one I really like here, I've reordered these trends here to go with spread bets first and then totals at the end. Divisional road teams that lost as home favorites in Game 1 cover spread in Game 2. The Jaguars got revenge on the Texans there. That was pretty awesome to see there. They won by 3. Trend number 4, games in one of these 5 totals, and this went 1-2 last week. And I'm also talking about the early totals and the closing totals on these now. I'll talk again more about that here in a second. But again, this is a really solid trend. I'm definitely not giving up on this trend. This is a very strong trend. So here are the Week 13 best bets. These are the trends. Now I've added, here are the 3 that we've always talked about. And the bottom one there is the one that I came up with. The one on the row 4 here is divisional games with totals in one of those 2 values that go under. I actually talked about this in one of my earlier videos, but I kind of left it off. Now I'm coming back to this. It's at 59.1% and it's hit in 7 of the last 9 seasons. That includes 2015 to 2022 and the first 12 weeks of 2023. So when I talk about percentages and where I expect to be at the end of the season, these are the overall percentages. So if we end up winning 58% of our bets or 59% of our bets at the end of 18 weeks, then that would make sense because that's what these trends say. All right, so here it is. Home teams before their bye week to cover the spread. I've shown these charts before, and this is again from 2015 to 2022, including 2023. So this is one that I really like. I'm really high on this particular trend. It's at 62.5% this season. There's one more home team before their bye week. That's the Washington Commanders. And after that, there are no more bye weeks, so there's no more home teams. So this trend will be put to rest after this week. Here's the underdog trend, coming off 20-plus point losses to cover the spread. Now, again, overall, great, a pretty good sample size. And it looked really good from 2020 to 2022. And this season, 46.7%. A little bit of a hesitation, not a pause, but just kind of a hesitation here. So just because the trend is down a little bit in 1 year, I don't really care. If it comes back strong the next year, then great. Okay, final trend here. These are the totals, right? In one of these 5 values, 59.4%, a really good sample size here. And look at the last 6 seasons in a row, all of those over 60%, including this year, 2023. I couldn't be happier, but this is by far my favorite trend. I want to say something about this particular trend. Again, the data is based on numbers on lines for the spreads and the totals that are close to game time. That's when the data is recorded. So when I show you all the percentages on this slide here, that means those were based on total lines and spread lines close to game time. So when we make a bet like on a Tuesday morning or a Wednesday morning or maybe even a Thursday morning, that might be too early. Now, some of those lines don't change much, and that's great. Sometimes you get a line earlier in the week and then goes down. And if you're betting the under, that benefits you. But in general, I would say that to follow these trends and to be really true to the trend, it's more likely that we need to place these bets right before game time. So what are our best bets for week 13? Trend number 1, home teams before their bye week to cover the spread. This trend, again, will be put to rest here after this week. The Commanders at plus 9.5 against the Dolphins. I'm going to keep on going here. Underdogs coming off 20-plus point losses to cover the spread. The Commanders are also in that. They just got beat by the Cowboys. We all know that the Cowboys like to run up the score on weaker opponents. So I'm not too worried about that, but that just puts the Commanders in this category as well. The Jets at plus 3 against the Falcons, and the Cardinals at plus 5.5 at the Steelers. Divisional road teams that lost as home favorites in game 1, but then covered the spread in game 2. No teams fit this trend for week 13. We'll come back to that. There is one in week 14. Divisional games with totals in this 2 numbers to go under. Now, there are no games in this week, week 13, even though I just put this new trend out here. Let me just say the Colts at the Titans at 1 o'clock on Sunday is one that's getting close to that. Here we go. My favorite trend, which is now my trend number 5. 5 games have totals in one of these 5 numbers. Seahawks at the Cowboys. This is a Thursday night game at 47.5. Broncos at the Texans at 47.5. Dolphins at the Commanders at 50. Very high total. Lions at the Saints at 47. And 49ers at the Eagles at 47.5. I place all these bets on Thursday morning with those odds on various sports books. Again, it's always a good idea to make sure you check the different books and look for the best value, the best odds if you're betting a certain number. There's 5 of those. With those 3 spread bets, that's a total of 8 best bets for week 13. Finally, stay the course. Don't get worried about one losing week. That's fine. That's perfectly normal. Good luck. Have fun. Let's go.